Hey, some, and in this week's video, we're gonna have a little fun, and we made some of these. Lately, my videos have been all work, right? Still working on the frames, ran out of argon for that. Trying to decide if I want to do powder coat or if I'm just going to do some other finish. So many things have come up lately. And frankly, I needed a break. I needed something a little different. I did start working on the tops for the tap handles. For those of you who are still with me on that one, I should have the tap handles in production this week. So tops are done, right? Actually, these will get polished, but they're 12 gauge stainless. And since I had the stainless up on the table, I thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun to do something different? And in our last episode, I actually I did a poll for people to vote on. Thank you for those of you who did vote. And it basically said, which one should I do? Should I do traditional shuriken? Should I do batarangs? Or hey, why choose? Do both. And believe it or not, votes were either for the batarang or for both to do everything. In fact, it was an even split. There was nobody who said just do shuriken, and an even split between the two. So I thought, hey, it's pretty indicative of what we should do. So I went ahead and I just cut a couple of these for now. I will likely cut a whole lot more of these because it's quick and easy. I did come across a little one thing that I wasn't real happy about on the smaller of the designs, so I may change this one around. And I haven't done anything but cut them and then I threw them in the tumbler at this point. So there's no edge, other than points, right? Nothing is sharp at this point. I may do that, I don't know yet. One thing I noticed on this stainless, so stainless has a tendency to deal with heat a little differently than mild steel. And on this one, I don't know if you can see it or not, how well you can tell. You guys see that center circle is off. Now I don't know, I'm going to go back and look at the drawing itself and see if it's there. But what I suspect happened, and I can see it on this part right here, that's where the cut started and stopped. Can you guys see that? You notice where the difference in the shape? I think what happened is it pulled, right? So it cut, and as it cut, it started pulling either, well, I'd have to look at which direction it pulled, but basically it pulled, and it pulled the whole thing off center. So I think I had too much heat soaked into the milk, because this was the last of the parts that I cut. So I'm thinking that maybe it was warping a little bit on me. So, but again, it doesn't even need that center circle in there. But tell you what, let's start. I've rambled long enough. Let's look at the drawings themselves and cutting these things out. Okay, so our first step in getting the shuriken made is to come up with a design. And actually, what I did was I found some of these designs online. Just did a quick Google Images search for shuriken, and lots of stuff came up. What was really cool is I came across these SVG files that basically had the designs I wanted to go for. So let's go in Fusion. Let's take a look at our timeline here, and let's step back. We started with our sketch, right? And let's roll back to the sketch. So here's our sketch. Let's make our sketch visible, sorry. And we'll look at it from the front view so we can see it better. Alright, so our sketch, effectively all I did was import the two SVG files. And those SVG files are, the vector files like that, they have all the same, or it's effectively the same thing that a two-dimensional CAD drawing contains. It has the same thing, right? It's basically text-based, for those of you who didn't know that. Anyways, so you can see I brought that in, basically we extruded them. Let's go back to our normal view so you can see. So I did the extrude, and then I just started playing around with the, I started adding different I started adding chamfers on here and things like that. None of this was necessary. The important part here is actually at the sketch level. So let's turn the bodies off. We're looking at the sketches because what we need to do is we right-click on Sketch and save as DXF. Right? This was the important part for me moving forward because that DXF file is how we're going to get it into PlasmaCam. So everything else was more just to kind of see what it was going to look like. The important part here is this two-dimensional drawing. I could have done this entire thing in the PlasmaCam Design Edge software, but I'm trying to get a bit more experience under my belt with Fusion 360, and so I went that route. So let's get over to the PlasmaCam system and take a look.
Okay, so we've got our design in from Fusion 360, and let's just take a look at this real quick. So the way that I did that is I did an import, and I had exported the design as a DXF file. Let's figure out which one is which. Let's see, the early one would be the DXF, and all I had to do is click open, right? Design Edge is able to take that DXF file in without any problem. It maintains all of the sizes and everything else that was in the DXF. So if you've got to do something with Design Edge and you're working with DXF files, just know that in general it does a good job, but let's take a look. There's one thing to do. You see that? You'll see that it's white. It means that it's not contiguous. So if you select any part of it and press the J key, or it's this join or link command, right? It will bring the whole thing together. It changes the color. I'm colorblind, so I don't know what color that is. I think it's purple. No idea, right? So J, easy enough, right? Shift N, or machine convert to cut path. Shift N. That's how we do our cut paths. I'm going to put one here. Yes, I know I'm outside the table, and yes, I want to automatically cut that hole in the center. Boom, just like that, done. We'll do it again over here. Automatically convert, boom, just like that, we're done. Press escape when I'm done. And I'm gonna look at that cut path and take a look. Like, I don't like, let's zoom in here. See that? It saw this tiny little jagged part, and I don't like that. So I'll go in and clean up a couple things here real quick, and then we'll start cutting.
Nice. Well, it was evident that without some sharpening, these things weren't going to work at all. And so I started out, I have an old junk wheel on my grinder here, and I wanted to try that out first, but I switched over to the belt sander pretty quickly because it was just a much more effective way of doing it. And all I was really trying to do is sharpen the points. I wasn't so concerned about trying to put an edge on everything. I wanted it to look nice, but it was more about making the points so that it would stick in the wood. So it worked out pretty well. Well, so far, the Batarang is definitely working the best. That took my time. One more time. Wow. Batarang's got it. Well, there we have it, folks. Well, folks, after sharpening, it looks like the winner is the Batarang, although it did do a little damage on that end. When it caught the other corners, it was okay. So you can make that tip too pointy. These guys, cool to look at, probably would penetrate some stuff. You know, it would have looked a lot cooler if I had used a cardboard or something and then, you know, sound effects and all. But, you know, fun to look at. Anyways, I think we'll call this one a wrap. My arm's sore. I sat out there just throwing and throwing and throwing just to see. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. If you liked what you saw today, please click that thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you'd like to see something special on the channel, let me know in the comments below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.